zazidi badilika. Kijana, soma, soma, soma. Kijana, masiku zazidi badilika. Kijana, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa, na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Kijana, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa, na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Kijana, maisha ya TV tutaishi sisi, wengi wanapotea, wengi wakata tamaa. Twachuna riba vijana, juu ya vile tutanga, ajua Rabana ndiye atuongoza. Kijana, masiku zazidi badilika. Kijana, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa, na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Kijana, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa, na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Kijana, kijana, masiku zazidi badilika. Soma, 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 kijana, masiku
time as possible, so that students who are traveling back to their colleges or universities will be able to travel on time. So without wasting time, I want to ask one of you to pray for us. A volunteer.
Good morning. Let us believe us and pray. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we thank you, we honor you today. We thank you, my Father, for allowing us to gather in this place, Jehovah. We thank you even for allowing us to gather here for orientation purpose, my Lord. Father, even as we continue with this meeting, Jehovah, we ask you, my Father, to come and take over. May you help us, may you guide us, Jehovah. May you show us the direction even as we hear from each other. We thank you and we honor you. In Jesus' name I pray and believe.
So I would like us to start with introductions. So I'll give you this mic. You will tell us your name, where you are schooling, and if you are very happy to take this question, okay? So let me start from my right.
Yeah, morning everyone. I'm Masinde Muliro University Computer Science. Morning. Yeah, based in University Computer Science.
Good morning. Masinde Muliro Kenya Wildlife Service Training Institute. Wildlife Management.
Good morning. I'm Acces Kevin, a student of Masinde Muliro University, taking the Bachelor of Education Arts. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Lydia Maniagi, Masinde Muliro, Civil and Structural Engineering.
Precious ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Clinton Moses from Masinde University College, a nursing student.
Good morning. I'm Edward Kidu from JQuad, Electrical Engineering.
Good morning. I'm Amakati Ann the Sigalagala National Polytechnic Electrical Engineering.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jacinta Wanyoni, Masinde Muliro University Education Arts. I'm happy to be here.
Good morning. I'm Atema Pauline, Kaimasi University, Bachelor of Commerce.
Good morning. I'm Davis Mabesi, a student from Moi University, taking BA Economics and Linguistics. I'm grateful to the Acces office.
Good morning. I'm Soita Jan, a student from Moi University, taking special needs education.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Acces from Kenya Methodist University, taking Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I'm glad to be at this morning.
Good morning. I'm Shalom Mulisi, University of Nairobi, Bachelor of Economics.
Praise God. I'm Linda Makuku. I take Diploma in Accounting in Eldoret National Polytechnic.
Good morning. I'm Boris Yerolo, taking Music and Performing Arts, Kakamega University.
Good morning, everyone. I'm a student from Masinde University, and my name is Catherine Atieno Asopi, taking BEd Arts.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Chimone Harriet from Great Lakes University, taking Bachelor's in Clinical Medicine.
Good morning. I'm Brian from the University of Kenya. I'm taking Bachelor of Applied Biology.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Susan Wawile. I school at Regional Center for Mapping and Resource Development. I take land survey course diploma.
Good morning. I'm Sharon Otiende, doing HR at the College of Human Resource. I'm grateful for this chance.
Praise God, everyone. Taking clinical medicine.
Yes, good morning. Good morning once more. I'm Enoch Mkeleve. I'm taking Bachelor of Commerce at University of Nairobi.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Faith Anyonji, National Polytechnic, taking Diploma in Secretariat.
Asha Nawire, taking Bachelor of Education in Arts, Zitech University.
Hi, everyone. I'm Diana Wekunza from Machakos University, pursuing my degree in BSc Business and Computer.
Education Arts, Masinde Muliro University.
Good morning. I'm Ekins doing a TTC training for teaching.
Good morning. I'm Amoko Jacqueline Dinet, taking clinical medicine in Homabay,
Good morning, everyone. I'm James Kizito from Kisumu National Polytechnic, taking Diploma in Applied Biology.
Hi, everyone. I'm Musa Akali, a student at Jaramogi Odinga University, taking BA in Special Needs Education IT.
Good morning. I'm Musa, taking Bachelor in Educational Arts here at MOST.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to be here today. My name is Lona Bihenda Malema, a student from Bukura Agricultural College, taking a diploma course in agricultural education and extension. Thank you.
morning, everyone. I'm Daisy Shigi from JCOT, taking Bachelor of Science Human Nutrition and Dietetics. I'm glad to be here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Esther Ayuma from Kenyatta University, and I'm taking Bachelor of Science in Community Resource Management. Glad to be here.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Anjala Emmanuel, Kenyatta University, taking Education Science.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Modin Faith Pandanja from Chuka University, taking Bachelor of Science in Economics and Statistics. I'm glad to be here.
Hi everyone, I'm Gloria, University of Nairobi. I'm taking Bachelor's in Economics and Statistics.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Geraldine Taylor, Masinde Muliro University, taking Bachelor of Arts French. I'm grateful for this opportunity.
Good morning, everyone. My name is James Chitemi. I'm from University of Nairobi, taking Bachelor in Education Arts.
I'm Grace Wanjiku from MTC Current Campus, taking Nutrition Dietetics.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ashkana Mari, taking Diploma in Building and Construction, Sigalagala National Polytechnic.
Good morning. I'm Bada from National Polytechnic, taking
Good morning. I'm Wycliffe Tutor, Masinde University, taking
Good morning. I'm Diana Janeka, a student from Masinde Muliro University, studying Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science, Biology and Health.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Susan Onacha from Pioneer International University, Nairobi. I'm taking Bachelor of Commerce, specializing in finance. I'm glad to have this scholarship. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paramount Muslim, University, taking Science.
Good morning. I'm Princess Sweater, a student at Rongo University, taking Bachelor of Education Science.
Good morning. I'm Damaris Kusa from this university, taking Biometry and Informatics.
Good morning. My name is Daniel Aniga, Iketo University, taking Mechanical Engineering.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Derek Okumu from KC University, venturing in BA Education Arts. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Call me Dixon Kishasha Kahuya from Tangazo University, pursuing a degree in Education Science, Math, Computer. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Luke Kabara Barabara, student at University University, taking a Bachelor of Education Arts. I'm grateful for this opportunity.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ian Alusa from University of Nairobi, campus, taking BS in Metrology, and I'm grateful for this job.
Good morning, all. I first convey my greatest thanks to God for the fire He brought us. My name is Masinde Muliro from Gaisa University.
The Acces department, my fellow students, good morning. I'm from Kibabi University. I'm called Hamilton Narcis. I'm pursuing Bachelor of Education Science, Math, Chemistry.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nathan Mosame, Egerton University, Economics and Statistics.
So much. I have to apologize that in the morning there was some confusion because we were supposed to meet at MCU 001.
but we were changed to this room because of the Senate meeting. So I know most of you had a rough time to locate this place. So I want to take this opportunity and thank all of you for having worked hard to get this scholarship, because it was not easy. And I want to tell you, actually you are very lucky. You should thank God, because the student who applied for the scholarship, there are 652, and we only selected 100. And the 100, we selected 50 for university, 25 from colleges, 5 for TVET, then 20 disabled students. So you must count yourself very lucky to get this scholarship. So I don't want to waste time, as I said when I began this program. So I want to call the first speaker to talk to us. The AAL chairman, Anthony Nabali, welcome.
All protocol observed, members of the Acces Alumni Association, good morning. I want to start by saying my name, because I had not introduced myself when I came in. I'm Anthony Manguena Pali, and I'm a beneficiary of Acces. I graduated in 1993, and I am a teacher. I'm a former student of Masinde Muliro University and also Mount Kenya University. I'm a prospectus student of the University of Nairobi, starting August. I want first of all to say, sometimes we are given opportunities, and when we say we are happy, facial expression by common sense will say somebody is happy, isn't it? But when you say, my name is Anthony Napali, I'm happy, and you are seeing the face, that does not really actually augur well. So I want you first of all to appreciate that this is an opportunity that you have got once in your life probably, and you should be happy. I should be seeing smiling faces. So. Number two, I want us to use this opportunity. I was just listening to the chair, the director, talk about the number of the people who applied vis-a-vis those who were selected. And it is a cross-cutting level. We have those getting degrees, diploma, and certificates. Now, the only question I want to ask myself is, and I want to pose it to you, do you take a minute or even a half a minute to reflect on your life and ask yourself, how am I going to get use of this opportunity that I've given to benefit first myself, then the people behind you are your brothers and sisters, then the community where you come from. This is not, you are not going to answer now, because I'm a teacher, I may be tempted to say, yes, what do you think? I'm not going to do that. But I want you to reflect, where are you? And where have you been? If you have been out of school because of fees, if you've been out of college because of fees, this is an opportunity now. So ask yourself that kind of, where am I? And how am I able to contribute to the society that is yearning for me when I complete either 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 2 years? Number two, I want us to use this opportunity to network. You knew about Acces because of somebody. True, isn't it? Now, this is not your personal property now. I'm saying without fear, because some of you were told this is how somebody is getting assistance. You applied. And with the kind of faith, you got it, isn't it? Now, back in your college, back in your village, there is somebody somewhere suffering. And when he comes or she comes to you for advice, you say, I really don't know. I don't know about Acces. I'm saying of reality because I have been in this field for as long as 1993. So use this opportunity to network with others, because it is from networking that people are able to identify you and you are able to identify people. Then finally, before I come to what we entail in terms of AAA, I want us to appreciate. Sometimes I bring some words like the Bible, like basic instruction before I leave the earth. That is how I understand the Bible. As we move to other levels, if you are a certificate holder, please don't be contented, isn't it? Use that as an elevator to move to diploma and move to higher heights. Don't say, I got a certificate, that is all. Do. If you have a degree, use your best knowledge, acquire the best degree, get the information, and move to other. It is, I usually say, Acces is like now giving you a springboard. Use it well and move. But I want to give a caution because I've been a student at college. I graduated, and I have seen people get lured because of the common things that we know. We assume they are common, we assume they are normal, but sometimes they put us in mistakes. So as you are in those particular colleges, please be cautious of who you want to interact with. You know, when you are poor, you can be bought. Do you know that? Our politicians buy us because we are poor, and they spend some time. So as you are in college, please know where you came from, and don't move to another group. You know, there is radicalization, we have Al-Qaeda, all those groups are in university. It is not in isolation. So receive what you have and say, I'll make use of these small things that I have until the end. Don't go for this group that will give you 100,000, 20,000 in a month. They do, because they want members, isn't it? So please be cautious of who you are interacting with at the university, because you never know. Our world is now almost like a global village, and we are able to get all this information. So that is my word of advice. And back to the AAA. AAA was started long time ago. In fact, by the 2010, that is when we started AAA. But it was there called Chess Acces Alumni Association by 1993, 94, 95. But now Acces is an independent body. Chess is an independent body. So this organization was formed by members who benefited from the project, or from the program, I mean, like you. And the main purpose was to strengthen the tie between the former student and the current students. Like, I am a beneficiary of Acces, Madam Lucy here, and others. So from this kind of networking, we are able to have a family. So the purpose is we are bringing the Acces family together. Number two, we were also asked to participate in Acces programs. Now, I want to believe by the time you either visited the office, you had a brochure like this. And this kind of paper is giving what Acces does. If you are a teacher, you are entrusted to change a life. If you are a nurse, you can participate in Zika campaign or polio campaign or whatever health of humanity is. So those are small programs. When you are called upon, then you participate. You'll be giving back to the society. You may not be giving them money, you may not be giving them food, But that kind of skill that you are training in, you are able to give back to the society. And then, of course, we long to be independent in the future. Whatever we are getting is money from donors. Donors will move. Donors will have to go. And if the donors go, does Acces die? Huh? And it is going to survive because of you and me. So we contribute to the endowment fund. If you are a graduate, you give 1,000 shillings. If you are a student like you give 500 shillings. But I know, and I've been a student, sometimes we play the cat and the mouse game. We are very loyal. We look holy. We can even go to heaven. Because we want to get this money to help us, the program. Once we are done, we take Acces as something we don't know. We take Acces as an organization that we have never heard about. But you see, I've been here old, Madam has been here old to know all of you. So kindly, let this not be an opportunity of just coming here. Visit Acces office, find out what programs are going on, when you are on recess, and how you can come in. Then finally, I am a very good storyteller, and there is a musician and the artist there. But I want to leave with this kind of small story. This is a story I've repeated many times when I come to this mosque. And when we were in other meetings. You are like a hunter. A hunter does not choose what kind of animal he gets from the trap. If you get a bird, you take it. If you get an antelope, you take it. But sometimes animals or birds have some kind of requests. And this is a scenario of the kind of request. A bird that was trapped by a hunter had one request. One, when you get something, don't leave it. That was the first request. The second request, can we please agree so that I go to the nest and pick whatever I had so that we go together with you? What would you do? What would you do? Will you allow the bird to pick and then, because that is an agreement, isn't it? Huh? Will you allow the bird to go? You won't? Okay. But this kind of hunter allowed the bird to go. And while at the nest, the bird asked, do you remember the first question? When you get hold of something, don't leave it. So you have left me. Thank you. I'm Napoleon.
Thank you so much for explaining to them. And that's why today we told you to come with 500 shillings. We are just training you to know how to give back to the society. Because somebody somewhere did not go for lunch, maybe for 1 month, 3 months, and that's why you have a scholarship today. So we want you to cultivate the same spirit in you, so that as you succeed, in the future you will help others who are in need, as he has just said. So we also encourage students to have groups in their campuses. How many student representatives are here? None? Oh yeah, she's there. So in your campus or college, we have an Acces group and it has a leader. So identify yourself with that group because you get information from the office through the group. And you have your leader, whom we call student representative. So we want you to be meeting regularly. Give us your issues, your ideas, so that we can help you continue with your studies comfortably. So when you go there, join the group of Acces. It's there. Even here at Masinde Muliro we have it. We normally come and meet them when they are organized for their meetings. So we will encourage you to join them. Without wasting time, I want to welcome the KSC members. The chairperson is not around, but when you come in, I'll give him a chance to talk to you. So I want to welcome the scholarship representative.
I'm also a beneficiary of Acces. Some years back when I was so desperate, I was at the point of dropping out of college, somebody advised me to come to Acces and I was offered a scholarship. Those were so many years ago. I'm sure some of you had not even joined primary. And Acces supported me through college, and I graduated, and I thank God for that. So you are in the right place. So some years to come, you'll also be testifying about Acces. Now, I'm just going to give you some few words of wisdom. Now, education is a great equalizer. You may have come from a very poor background, but with education, you can sit on the same table with those who are in those other families that you admired. You can compete for the same job opportunities with those other people. Education actually is the best economic equalizer. So don't let your past or your family background define you. Don't let your family background or your past define you. You have the power to break the barriers. That power is in your hands. The knowledge that you're going to acquire, you can break the poverty cycle. Do not look at yourself that maybe no other person has gone to college, you're the only one. You can break that vicious cycle so that you can have a family that is well empowered in terms of economic. Education makes it possible also for brilliant students from humble background to ascend to the top. It is not what you don't have that will limit you. It is not what you don't have that will limit you. It is what you have, but you don't know how to use it, that may limit you. Let me repeat that. It is not what you don't have that limits you, but it is what you have, but you do not know how to use it, that will limit you. At the same time, never be afraid or embarrassed to struggle. There is absolutely no shame in working hard to get to where you want to be. Never be afraid or embarrassed to struggle. There is absolutely no shame in working hard to get to where you want to, because hard work pays. Now, as an Acces group, we are also, apart from just giving you the support in terms of scholarship, we are also concerned about the welfare of our students when they are in the universities. If you are that kind of students who engages in wrong groups, they will not be proud to be associated with you. So do not just imagine that our link with you is only giving the scholarship. We are also concerned with molding up students who are also morally upright and also who are good in the institution, not students who join wrong groups or those who are on the forefront when it comes to organizing for strikes and other rebellious groups. So you also have to ensure that you are also a well-behaved student in the university or in the college where you are. So please be well-behaved. Then stay focused as a student. Remember, if you don't build your dreams, somebody else will hire you to build their dreams. Remember, you have a goal as a student to pursue education to completion. That is your dream. So if you sleep in college, if you don't achieve your dream, somebody else, you'll be seeing people hiring you, whom you are classmates, whom you had the same opportunity. You'll now be seeing, you'll be hired by some of those people to help them build their dreams when you left your dream on the way. I wish you all the best as you start off, and I'm hoping that we'll move on smoothly. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Eddie Malova. I'm the treasurer for this organization. I don't handle money. Money comes from Canada, but I follow the track of how this money is used. My friends have talked a lot, and today I want to talk to you in a low tone Why? This organization has graduated more than 4,000 people. But to my surprise, many have just, hidden their identity from us. As Lucky and Napali have said, I was one of the people who really talked hard about our Kenyans not ending at Form 4. Because when we were in chess, we used to pay scholarships up to Form 4, and then we leave you. But now I ask these people, in Form 4, where are these people going to be? Because if they are women, they will start just, what will happen, isn't it? If they are young men, still, they may not go very far, but go back to the villages. Given the situation, our Kenyan government or our Kenyan organizations are offering the jobs. There are no jobs for those who don't want to climb the ladder. Fortunately, at one meeting in this mosque, that time there was a hall, the wooden wall, Napali, you remember that? The sponsors told me, we have heard you, let's go back to Canada and then we shall come back to you. When they went, they organized now a separate board to run the scholarship for colleges and universities. I was very, very grateful. But now when I look at young people like you today, we are lecturing you here. But immediately you complete your education, you even get good jobs, you don't remember an organization called Acces. Why am I in pain? I grew up in poverty. Munasikia ile umaskini nakula nguo? Mumesikia hiyo umaskini? Ya kwamba hata ukiangalia mbele, you have no hope. But God has always been very gracious in my life. As I stand in your presence today, I've gone as far as taking my doctorate in religion, theology. And I can sit with some of you and advise you and tell you what life is all about. People's talents just to be wasted. So if I get an opportunity, I would like somebody's child to get that opportunity to build himself or herself in life. These graduates or the beneficiaries, I'm so sad because some of them go to universities and they become uncontrollable. The group I was with here last year, I told them, there was a group in university that really insulted us, and we dropped them. Anybody who comes joking around, joining bad company, doing, going into drug addiction, we have no business with you. Don't you think you can hide? Don't allow anybody to come in between your vision. Na msipate tu degree ya kwanza alafu mnasema tumesoma. Unajua wale wa Eldoret walikuwa wanatuambia nini, Anthony? They are like you. You tell us you are professional, you are intellectual. We called them at the office. I looked at some of those children, I told them, you are lost. And some refused completely to come to reason with us. Because they acquired, mumesikia mtu anaitwa sponsor. Si Acces, kuna ma sponsor huko kwa university na kwa ma colleges, hata in the villages. Once you fall for a sponsor, you are gone. Sasa wewe kula tabu yako, kama Mungu amekufungulia njia, umepata access. Hata sisi tulifunguliwa njia na makanisa na watu wa community na tukasoma. Saa hii we are able to stand. Responsibility yako ni kwamba hata ukipita hapa kwa street ya Kakamega, ukute watu wanauza hata matunda, unaweza kukumbuka yule mtoto wenu ambaye anaweza kula hili tunda 20 shillings, au utajikimbilia the spirit of me and I. Kuliwa, tembea na hii Acces, utabarikiwa. Wherever you go, and if you meet these people in front here, it doesn't cost you anything to greet them and to tell them nilikuona kule most siku ile tulikuwa mkutano ya Acces. Hawa ni watu wamekomaa, watasalimia ninyi. Na sisi tukimsalimia haide. Please calm down and start living as a social being.
Those are wise words. Take them seriously. I want to welcome Dr. Moses Akadi, who is coming in as the representative of the chairman, Kenya Advisory Committee. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. Mama, nilisikia ukisema wanafunzi wakikutana na wale watu wamekaa mbele wanawasalimia. Tukumbuke hata sisi ambao tuko on the sides. Sawa sawa. Okay, thank you. Najua kuna list mrefu hapa na sija memorize. Sasa mtakubali nisome tu. Si ndivyo? Ably represented here. Vice Chancellor Ibabi University, ably represented here. You know the two, I know them personally. In fact, I've seen the Vice Chancellor of Masinde Muliro in another meeting at the MCU. I actually went to the MCU. I thought the meeting is at the MCU. So I disrupted this meeting. County Director of Education, Kakamega County. The Minister of Education, Kakamega County. Principal, KMTC, Kakamega. Deputy Principals, Galagala Polytechnic. Chairman, Kenya Advisory Committee. Of course, I'm the one, okay? The Programs Director, AAA, Chairperson. Anton, I believe you are the one. Okay. Acces Students Representative. Where is the representative? Ah, good. Christopher. Yes, sir. How comes Kujuba? So the task we have is to vet the applicants based on a clearly set out criteria. And we were able to come up with 100 students that were successful to be awarded the scholarship today. Now that tells you, out of the 650 applicants, and we can only award 100 scholarships, that is about 15.3%. So that tells you the demand out there. Cases that qualify to be supported are many. And it does not necessarily mean that for those of us who made it to this event are the only needy cases out there. That's not true. And it is in regard to the same that I want to make an appeal that can we therefore also go out and source for more resources, recruit more partners who can be able to support education of young people in this country. Now, the previous speakers have mentioned quite a number of issues. We have had scholarship program running for many years. We have beneficiaries out there. Some of them support this program. Some are very busy that they cannot find time to join us during this kind of events. But all the same, the few who can find themselves here, they always add value. The process of identifying these beneficiaries is a very fair exercise. And for a simple reason, we have a team that does the entire process. KAC does not influence in any way. Ama sikuenda mliniona. Home visit mliniona. The unfortunate thing is, if you don't translate this scholarship into something meaningful. Meaningful in the sense that we want you to come out of your education program as a useful citizen in this country. We have partners that we work with here. Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology. Professor, we are very grateful for the support you give us as Acces. And Acces equally supports students who undertake their studies in this university, plus so many other universities. Even you tunapatiwa na professor for free, we don't. And there are so many people doing business in this town, making profits. That is not our motivation. But to be able to have a home, si kesho tukikuja hatuna pesa, tumefungulia mlango. Hao wanafunzi wakikuja kwa ofisi wapate imefungwa. You can imagine the kind of frustration that we set in. So I still want to reiterate the same thing and make a request that we just need a small operational office. I would want, therefore, because I know we had our KAC meeting and this issue came up, and I still want to remind the programs director that we cannot talk about this thing for a whole year if we are committed to this course. This is a government, and Acces is supporting the programs of the government. So this is a humble request. Maybe we can get into discussions to be able to see how we can actualize this, but that will really liberate a lot of other resources that are otherwise going into this function of space. For the students, I congratulate you to have made it to this event. Welcome into the program. The only service you can do us is to make sure that, having been recruited on the basis of your capacity and your situation, we want you to drop off your situation. You are not any poor anymore. Sijui kama mnanielewa. Hii kitu ya kushinda mahali unatembea na tag kusema ati wewe unajua mimi I'm very poor. Unajua mimi sasa hata hii kati siwezi pita kwa sababu I'm very poor. Unajua surely if you don't live up to the... So otherwise, I want to thank each one of you so much and wish you the very best, the students. As you join the scholarship program, we believe this is going to be of great value to you and every other member of this society. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I want to alter the program a bit because the representative Vice Chancellor Kibabi University would like to leave early. So I want to give him this opportunity to talk to us. Before he talks to us, let me give it to Mr. Smith to talk to us.
To start by saying that I'm humbled to stand before all the protocol as we observe it. My name's Christopher Smith from Kibabi University. I'm in my 4th year, just remaining with some 2 months. I want to say that I'm very grateful to attend such auspicious occasion because some years back, I was also seated where you are sitting. And I remember words that we are being told. I remember our grandma who has just talked. I remember Dr. Kali and Mr. Napali as they were talking. I was very sensitive. Having came from the humblest families in this country and having gotten this opportunity at such a time, I was asking myself some questions while in the meeting. And I concluded that such a meeting can allow you to redefine your vision in life, to allow you shape your destiny, and to allow you know the importance of life. They have said, I wouldn't want to go much, but I will ask you a question. That as you are getting this opportunity, these benefits you are getting, how will they reach to the extent or the wider society outside there? Actually, they assisted me, and I've managed to also assist my brothers. We were very, very humble background, but it broke the chains of poverty within our family. And I've seen my follower is in Mo University, 4th year, and the follower is in Kibabi University, 2nd year. You know, I was using, you know, as the, once you get this opportunity, in fact, you must be comfortable now. You should set yourself comfortable to run with this opportunity. And they have talked about network. Now, this is a chance that is making you to create, to come out of that environment you are and be exposed. What you have now can take you far in life. I remember last year I was given a chance to go to America, but I couldn't go when I was advised by one of the professors back in my university. Because you've been given a diploma in US, you are doing your degree, and you know, they were like, you know, I've been a student leader actually. And I was motivated by Dr. Kali. He might never know, but I knew he was a student at once in his life in campus. So, you know, being a student leader and one sitting in a senate, they had known my enthusiasm and passion towards handling some things in life. And they realized that once I land in America, I will not come back to Kenya. So they advised me actually, and I had to listen after some time. And you know, when a professor says, you know, my son, you know, I'm advising you as your grandfather, then you must come back to your senses like the prodigal son. So I accepted, then it had to go. But while back in campus, I was now given some other chances. Like I've been the pioneer bringing the constitution of students to be realized after it had been failed last time. So you know, like when you are there, something's happening. In your family, you are the key. I don't know where it is, but you are the key. Agent of change. And also, many people will go to church saying, God remember me. Then here you have received an opportunity to shape your life. Will you remember this organization? Or you are kind of a person, you will go to church and say, God remember me, yet here you cannot remember where you are coming from. And something that will last in life is this education, because this knowledge, no one can snatch it from you. Now, which means everything else you do for yourself, you will die with it. But something you will do for others, it will live after you have passed on. And maybe I want to end my session by saying this. At one point I was somewhere, and these are the things that motivated me. And I've lived to say, I thank God that I was once chosen in Acces. That looking back to where I came from, almost to the wall, not knowing where to go. Looking back, west, east, west, north, south, I could not see any help. Yes, I have relatives,
up to America, but they could not come to the aid of my situation or the situation of our family. Then I came to remember this once when I was talking to students in Terem Boys, that most of the time we need actually to come back to our senses and realize why we are existing. And because you are existing, that is an evidence that the generation has something to tap from you. And I remember these things as I finished my statement. That when I looked at the statement that was written on the tombstone of Mother Teresa, they say this, that having been born in 26th of August 1910 and buried in 13th of September 1997, these were the words that were written on her tombstone, that our dearly beloved mother and the founder of the missionary of charity, because you lived, we became better. Now, because Acces is living in this country, some of us, I never imagined of putting on a suit, but I don't know. When I moved to, being a student leader, you need to be exposed. When I moved on to what was written on Abraham Lincoln's tombstone, and these were the words, that in this temple, as in the hearts of the people you served, as in the hearts of the people you served, your works will be enshrined forever in our hearts. Actually, I have come to realize that when you touch lives, God will touch yours automatically. Great people will travel in the hearts of people. But, common and cheap people will travel in vehicles. Lastly, I came to Africa. And I was interested in one of the greatest presidents, and this Nelson Mandela, born in 18th of July 1918 and buried in 15th December 2013. And these people say this on the tombstone. I'm saying this because I was once sharing with my area MP former, before Wakolu is known in this country, because I come from his constituency. And he was saying, Chris, I'm just here to school because I want my tombstone to be written, here lies Dr. Wakoli. Yet he was a primary teacher. So we are sharing, actually we are schooling with him. So I was interested why people are looking forward to see their tombstone have a certain written words. Then Nelson Mandela, they have written, you are loved. You loved your country so much, and you pay the price for the freedom we are enjoying today. And actually all of us have gone through history, and we know what Nelson Mandela did. Then, beyond the grave, you shall live in our hearts, and you will be remembered as a father of our nation. And actually, you look at Nelson Mandela, is the second celebrated brand after Coca-Cola. You can only accomplish the dream of Acces if you will touch lives. And those who are coming from Bobby University, they know me. I will not hide this. He's there, they have said. Actually, what legacy are you going to leave behind? Thank you very much. Welcome, sir.
The Vice Chancellor, Masinde Muliro University, Professor Otieno, other guests here present, the awardees from Acces year 2018. Good afternoon. My name is Benson Murumba Nasongo. I work at Bobby University as a senior assistant dean of students. Here today I'm representing the Vice Chancellor, Professor Isaac Odeo Ipara, who was held up by other engagements, but he sent his warmest regards to all of us. Now, first I want to say this, that I want to take this chance to thank Acces more profoundly for the following two reasons. One, Acces has been supporting Bobby University students over the years, since its inception, close to 5 or 6 years ago. And I know that if we're new to our record, a good number have actually been beneficiaries. And we know that indeed Acces has changed the lives of those students who are admitted there. And I know we still have a good number who are benefiting I've seen about 3 here today, and we strongly believe that what Acces is doing is a mighty work, which in my view will go a long way in supporting the beneficiaries to improve a lot of their lives. 2, I also want to thank Acces for the most recent support to Kakamega University's International Academic Conference held barely 2 weeks ago. I know the VC was here, you would say the same. We want to thank you so much. And indeed, I want to say that apart from supporting the beneficiaries, we have continued to partner in those levels, and how we strongly believe that the same support will continue over the years. I just want to challenge Christopher, who is the coordinator of the students, beneficiaries of the university, that he needs to be more vibrant in terms of reaching out to all those who are beneficiaries then and now, so that they all fully join this AAA, this alumni group, so that they support the programs that are pursued by Acces. Now I want to say this, that I want to congratulate all of you, the 100 of you, for being beneficiaries of this program in the year 2017-2018 academic year. I know, because I've learned about Acces for a number of years. At one time I was a dean of students at Babi Diploma Teacher Training College, and of course again we have beneficiaries there. I know that before one benefits, Acces does a very comprehensive background check. You actually gained this bursary based on that premise that 1, you are hardworking, but again you are very needy. So my appeal to you is this: this team reached your homes. Based on your qualifications, also based on the fact that you are very needy, you are actually given this bursary. And most likely you'll remain on the bursary list until you complete your academic program. I want to challenge you to reflect back. I know we have traveled from homes or from our institutions, but I want you to take your mind back home. If you got this bursary based on the fact that you come from a very humble background, will you clear this program and let your home remain as it is, or not? Just like Madam Eileen here said, a good number of you, or rather a good number of your predecessors who have gained this support before, maybe have never bothered to do much. Maybe if those homes are visited. Madam Eileen said that actually she's a treasurer of funds that come from Canada. For how long shall we, build this over-dependency syndrome to foreigners? Yet this country has so many people who have gone through these programs. This country has so many people who are living well and doing well, right? Look at the level of corruption that's all over the country, right? We have money, but only if it can be well used. I strongly believe that a lot can be done. So my challenge to all of you is that beginning this year, we would like that when you complete the programs, these 100 before us, and many that will also come in the forthcoming years, will be fully absorbed into the AAA, so that whatever little you get, you are supposed to actually be able to plow back. So I would not wish to say so much. I'm only presenting my vice chancellor, and I'll take the feedback back to him that I met very able 100 students who are beneficiaries from across Kenya, and I'm happy at the mix of the beneficiaries across levels. We have institutes of technology, we have polytechnics, we have universities, and actually I'm also seeing the face of Kenya. There are those from Garissa, isn't it? To Sigalagala, isn't it? Pwani, name it. I would also just want to appeal, I know the VC would have said the same, that maybe in subsequent award ceremonies, I know the host VC will not take offense. There will be no harm if you made it rotational, so that if we are here, I know we are housed here in Kakamega, and it's very easy for you to approach Professor VC here to host such an event. I know that we would be too glad in Bungoma to also be a host to such an event. I want to thank you all. Please focus on your academic work. You've just been told about drug addiction, right? Drug abuse, drug addiction, and many other issues that come into play and veer you off.
Leadership of Acces, my colleagues at the high table, our supporters in the Acces program. So for me that is very, very important, because I believe, personally I believe in equal opportunities for every Kenyan, and ordinarily one would hope that one day there will be a time in our country when education will be a social good, and education to all levels. I don't think you can now say that university education or tertiary education is a luxury. It must still be considered a social good. So I think the days when we said only primary education was necessary, those days are well behind us. The days when we said secondary education was the only necessary thing, those days are behind us. I think we are fast approaching the day when, again, a tertiary qualification should be a norm for every Kenyan. And my dream is that I can see that happen sooner than later. And then we will hopefully depend less on again, somebody used the word foreigners to assist us. But talking of that, my second comment was precisely around that, we should seriously consider giving back to society where society assisted us. So if, as this is Kibabi's representative said, if you multiply the number of students, say you have 4,000, you multiply that by 5, say each one of you gave 5,000 shillings a year, which would, say 6,000 shillings a year, which would total to something like 500 shillings a month when you're working. That would give you 4,000 students who have graduated times 5,000, that is what, 20, nani alifanya hesabu hapo?
24 minutes.
Secondly, I think it has been said, but let me add my voice to appealing to yourselves to work hard. There are no shortcuts in life. Work hard to be where you are today. Temptation when you enter a tertiary institution to think that now you have arrived and you get into the wrong company, etc., is extremely high, and it can lead to your downfall. So we would hope that as you enter tertiary institutions, you continue to show the same commitment that you've shown, probably most of you have shown in secondary education and so forth. And finally, we would hope that you will continue to be good citizens, not only of our county, but our country, because we are going into various institutions all over the country. I see it's ranging from Garissa to Busia, institutions from west to the east, etc. We wish you well. Those who are coming to Masinde Muliro, we will also be welcoming you. We get an opportunity to welcome you formally to our university. And at our university, we pride ourselves in creating what we call a world-class student-centered university. And because some people misunderstand that, just to tell you what we aspire to achieve is to guide you and to bless you, so that you will continue to uplift those in our midst who are less fortunate. Asanteni sana. I apologize, I have to leave again. I'm going to a Senate meeting because we have a commission for university education coming for accreditation of our recertification of our university next week. And so we are flat out ensuring that everything is in place. But we are with you in spirit, and we wish you God's blessing. Asanteni sana. Mungu awabariki.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Fred Potieno. Let me check, eh?
Yeah.
Haya, Profesa, hii ni real check. In a good seat. Okay. Sasa karibia ni wacha nipigwe. Farasi, hata mimi nataka nipigwe picha. So what happens with this?
I'm the Deputy Registrar, Sigalagala National Polytechnic, and I'm very happy to attend this meeting where sponsored students are being given words of wisdom so that they can be successful members in the community. At Sigalagala, we don't offer degrees, we offer artisan certificates, diploma certificates, higher diploma certificates. But I wish to say that all of you are very important. I'm happy because there is a mixture of various courses from different universities and different colleges, because we all need one another. For example, a business manager who is successful and wants to build their house will need a plumber, will need an electrician, will need an accountant, and many others. Therefore, we all supplement one another. Therefore, you are blessed to be a blessing. So let the baton not end with you. When God blesses you, think of the others, think about Acces. They are your parents. Don't just look at your own biological parents or guardians. Acces is also your parents. God knows our hearts. He knows our intentions. So when God knows that this person, I've allowed this person to be chosen, to be sponsored, so that later he or she will bless others, you are blessed more. When you do good, goodness will always come back to you. That is my parting word. May God bless every one of you.
The Vice Chancellors of Masinde Muliro and Baku Universities in absentia, County Director of Education, Kakamega County, Principal of KMTC or Representative, Deputy Principal Sigalagala, the Chairman of the Kenya Advisory Committee, Dr. I think it's outside, the Programs Coordinator, the AA Chairperson, and the Acces Students Representative, the beneficiaries of the Acces Scholarship Scheme. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I want to thank Acces so much for the honor of inviting me to grace this important occasion. I'm very happy to be with you here this afternoon because of one very similar reason to yours. Sitting here reminds me of about 35 years ago when I had just finished my A-levels at Homa Bay High School and was admitted at the University of Nairobi then. I was from a background that is not very dissimilar to yours. But I think mine was worse than yours. Very, very, very poor. So I got sponsored by the current scheme, HELP, Higher Education Loan Scheme. That's what saw me through my bachelor's degree study at Nairobi University. And I just want to say, if help was not there, this person you see standing before you will not be standing here. Many years after that, I got another benefit from a similar scheme, the Australian government scheme. I went through the interview just like you did. I was lucky to be among the people who went through, and I got sponsored to the University of Sydney, Australia, for 1 year master's course. So that is the reason why you see me here. Madam, I heard you talk passionately about people not paying. And I want to tell you, we Kenyans, we are increasingly becoming very bad-mannered. And unless we change, we're going to get finished very soon. You may think that you can hide, but I'll tell you, wherever you are, at night or during the day, God is watching you. And you have to do the right thing. Standing before you, I'm a very proud holder of a HELP certificate showing that I'm completely dependent on law. There's no way I was not going to pay. Because I said, if there wasn't help, I would not be standing here. And that help certificate is part of the reason why I got this job. The governor of Kakamega would not have given me a job if I did have the certificate of completion of the help law. So you people, I know you will say it is not us, but those we are complaining about who are seated here like you are. They started like you are. But now after getting the job, they forget. I'm telling you, it is very bad manners. It is actually sinful. And at one stage, you'll have to answer divine questions as to why you are behaving like that. So I hope after you successfully go through this course, you will not join a lot of those bad-mannered Kenyans who, after benefiting from the help of others, they think now they are better than those others. And for you, remember, this help is not even Kenyan. I want to thank the good citizens of Canada who spared a little money to help you go to school. You can see Kenyans don't even want to help you. You are being helped by foreigners, and you don't want to establish the revolving fund so that others can also benefit like you. Actually, you need to be guided by this saying, that you are because we are. You are seated here because we are. And in this place of we, you are because Canadians are. And remember, after you leave, others also want to say, we are because of you. So please, we wish you all the best in your studies, but when you get the jobs, repay. But this time you are not even being asked to repay. You are only being asked to contribute so that this revolving fund can develop and help others like it helped. I think that is not asking too much from you. Let's see how it will go. I'll put a go at it and see how it will go. Because it is true that you touch on the lives of, or the education life of our students, and we need to support you just like you are supporting us. So can we go beyond mere rhetoric? Can we go beyond talk? Can we put it in written, letter, Minister of Lands through Minister of Education? I'll personally make a follow-up and see if we can assist. Because I think what you say, I agree with. You need space to operate comfortably so that the money you are spending on paying that huge rent can go to assisting one more or two more of the students. That's what I would like to say. I'll be waiting for it soon rather than later. But I think the greatest time of my talk I want to spare for Acces. I want to say, Acces, thank you very much. That time when we were outside, I was saying, amidst the confusion, amidst the corruption, amidst the lack of direction in our country, it is very happy to learn that someone in Kenya thinks about the students. You know, the way we are behaving like we don't care what.
Sure.
But I'm glad that someone in the name of Acces thinks about the very poor of Kenya. So thank you very much. May God bless you so that you get more resources to help more of our students. But I'm particularly impressed by one thing. I was listening to the introductions. I saw the breadth of Kenya. From Garissa to Masai Mara, to I don't know where. It is not just that spatial distribution. There is also distribution among levels. The universities, the middle colleges, and even I had someone from Iraqi College. Yes. You cannot do better. So Acces, thank you. And looking around, I cannot see another balance. You didn't say men only, but you can see the gender balance. So thank you for the level, the spatial, and the gender balances in your activities. And most importantly, the fairness and the merit. I love fairness, I love merit. I have a scheme like this in my ministry, and like Dr. was saying, I make sure I don't make an appearance. There is a panel. They do it, they bring me the list, and I take to the governor for ratification, and we act on the same, using very specific guidelines. So I'm glad to learn that there's also a friend in Acces who believes in fairness and merit. So thank you for that. Remember, those of you, the county government of Kakamega, takes education dearly. Let me say dearest. Like my sister here, we believe that education is a great equalizer, but more importantly, we believe that education is a vital prerequisite for meaningful development. And that's why we in Kakamega County, we have declared our mandated areas of ECD and Polytechnic, youth polytechnics. We provide free education for ECD and free education for, we no longer call them youth, we will call them county polytechnics. So we have capitation for every student so that they can learn. And we also have a feeling, beyond those mandated areas, we provide a lot of support for primary education and university. I hope I've touched your hearts. I hope you'll go and read hard. You people these days, you have these bad manners of saying help, help, help. Even in examination, you want to be help. Ask the doctor. When we went to school, there was nothing like help. So that bad manners of, what do they call it? Mwakenya. That is very bad manners. If you want Mwakenya, we can even ask God to remove your brains so that we give you Mwakenya, Mwakenya, Mwakenya. And in fact, if you are not working hard, let me tell you, if you are not working hard, you will know that you are dying silently. Because when God created us, He created us so that we can work hard to improve the world. So, life is equal to hard work. If you are not working hard, you are slowly dying, and very soon we shall bury you. So you have to go and work hard. God wanted you to enjoy, but you disobeyed God. Remember the story of Adam and Eve? Bless you all.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for that wise words that you have given to our students. And I'm very glad for you coming to attend this function. And I look forward to work with you in the future. Thank you so much. So,
hi to everyone. For me, in our school, it's doing Acces, I'm the one who knew it. The coordinator called me to ask me about the Acces, and I didn't know anything about it, so I just gave the number. The contacts of Acces, I don't know if you can help us in our college in Kasarani, students in Kasarani Regional Center.
What is that? Kasarani?
Regional Center for Mapping and Resource
okay.
Development.
Oh, okay. That's where you are. How
Yeah.
many are you?
For Lakers, not many, like 600.
No, those who are here. You come from...
I'm the only one.
Okay. No.
Okay, as I have said earlier, I'm Kevin Echesa, and I'm from this Kakamega County. Actually, I want to appreciate the work that is done by the Access officer. I was not aware of this Access office, but just through a friend from cyber. I'm coming from a very much interior, Mumias West. I think the workers, those who are the coordinators who are on the ground, who came there, actually they know. I remember being asked when I am from Musanda, can I get at your home? I remember that one. So actually, we are coming from interior that I think I'm the first person from that interior to get this Access scholarship. And actually, I'm very much proud and I appreciate the work that is done by the Access scholarship. And actually, this one is going to help me. In our family, I'm only the one. Those others, all, they refused to go to school. Even those who follows me, they refused. But I thank God for that. And I think from this, I'm also going to sit down, because in our village, the percentage of those who are going to school is almost 20%, and 80% is actually dropping out just because of economic status. But I think after getting this, I'm also going to educate them, at least to shape and tell them that let us not just cry about poverty. There is something ahead of us that also can help us. So I appreciate, and I think through this Access, everything is going to be well. May God help you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you.
We are going to do away with the college, middle level colleges. And that's why we are very bitter that our people cannot use their common sense and help us. So that even if our donors do not give us the money, we can stand on our own and support our own people. So it's not going to be business as usual. In fact, those who have been animated this series for colleges, it was just an afterthought. Tulikuwa tumeambiwa hakuna kuchukua watu wa college, tutachukua university and first years only. Hapo awali tulikuwa tunachukua hata second year, but now tumeambiwa even for you, you are very lucky because things are getting more difficult. Kwa hivyo mfanyeni kazi kwa bidii.
Soma kijana, masiku zazidi badilika. Kijana, soma kijana, masiku zazidi badilika. Kijana, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa, na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Kijana, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa, na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Kijana, maisha ya TV tutaishi sisi, wengi wanapotea, wengi wakata tamaa. Twachuna riba vijana, juu ya vile tutanga, ajua Rabana ndiye atuongoza. Kijana, masiku zazidi badilika. Kijana, soma kijana, siku zikibadilika, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Kijana, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Kijana,